Hello, everybody, and welcome. Let me make sure I have this muted right quick for the chat. Let me make sure. Hold on. Just make sure. Of course, now this thing will work. All right, we're just gonna turn it off on the audio. Voice chat. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Martinsville Speedway, race number 2 of the second round. We're ready for one more after tonight. We have Martinsville and Phoenix left. On the right side of your screen, you can see the points. It's Lilith Peters in the points lead with 2 races left, with Nathaniel 1 point back. Randy Arms 10, Jonathan Swartz 11. Kyle Ritchie is 17 back and not here. So Kyle forfeits the championship to go watch people play with their feet. And then Jonathan Mazzella, minus 35. He's looking for big point swings and 2 wins back-to-back. Could pole vault him into that points lead. A few new drivers back that we've seen a little bit. Joshua Lawton in it tonight. My brother, Kel McClinney, in it. They're both top of the board here in practice, as Josh does go top of the board with 20 seconds left in practice. Unfortunately, my co-host, Alex, is not here to join me in the booth. And if he is joining the man watching playing people with their feet, then I don't know what to tell you. Alex may be fired for Phoenix if he's there with Kyle watching people play with their feet. So Randy's going to go for a sick drift, over-rotated. Casey going to end his life, and that's going to wrap up practice. So, unfortunately, Alex isn't here. He should be here for Phoenix, he said. We have the chat flowing. We appreciate everybody watching, a.k.a. Tiller. We love you. But, yeah, you know, it's going to be a fun one. Qualifying getting underway here at Martinsville. The Martinsville Mayhem, as we like to call it, especially with 2 races left. First car out on the track is Randy Sample. Heading out now. Wyatt, you got a copy?
Hello.
Would you like to take us for a, as Randy Sample's going to get loose and he spins, would you like to take us for a lap here at Martinsville during your qualifying lap?
You know, I'm the best there is here.
Damn
and
right.
at qualifying just in general. So, we'll take you around here.
All right. Talk us through your lap here.
I'm going to get real close to the outside wall. I'm probably like a car length off. Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Try to line her back up here. Run the outside of 3 and 4. Get a run to the line so you can go top of the board here.
There's a lot of pressure on me right now.
It's okay. Just focus on your lap. Just nice and easy. Like Bob Ross painting right here. You're good.
Bob Ross peeing or painting?
Painting.
Okay.
Never thought I'd hear Bob Ross peeing while watching a driver qualify.
I'm
but
about to put this thing on the pole here.
on the pole or into a pole?
Yes. All right. Bring it around. Keep it off the wall. And we're going to go. We lost spots on it. We were digging.
Well, Wyatt.
All right.
Martinsville, you're going to be starting not too great. Talk to us here. What's your expectations here for Martinsville? The shortest track on the schedule and a lot of mayhem to be had.
We're going to wreck out in the first 10 laps, and then we're going to go and watch a movie.
Well, it looks like you have your night planned. We're looking forward to see what lap you do get wrecked on, and hopefully be talking to you later if you somehow get a P3.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. We'll talk to you next week.
See you, Wyatt. Well, the funniest man himself, Wyatt Garrett. On the track now, Joshua Lawton, there with Matt Frady. Lawton goes top of the board. A 10.5 better than Kel McClinney. We'll see. Can Matt beat them? Looking for some speed out of the playoffs, but talked to him earlier this week. He was just looking to steal some wins here at 2 of his favorite racetracks. First lap, goes second, needs a 10th and a bit to go top of the board. Can he beat Joshua Lawton? A 2.67 for Josh. Matt needs a little bit more. Top 3 aren't playoff drivers as well, so the playoff order could jumble up a lot. Matt crossed the line, does go better, but does not improve his position. Lilith Peters on the racetrack, points leader by 1, is ahead of Nathaniel, who has already completed his laps. Lilith, not able to improve, but on the left side of your screen is ahead of her championship rival, Nathaniel Landwehr. Same thing with Randy Arms. He's P4 right now. He's in the playoff hunt, so we'll show the playoff and points deal. Top 3 are really, well, I guess Swartz is still in it too. He's only 1 back from Randy, so the top 4 are still in it. Mazzella, he's looking to hope for some chaos, hopefully, and get these last 2 wins. I think is his best chance. Maybe he'll have some pizzas in that car and throw out the side. But right now, Swartz and Arms looking to beat the top 2 by at least 5 spots for the next 2 races. That will make them have an opportunity at it, depending on how much of a gap they have on the other 2. And then we have Nathaniel and Peters are realistically the 2 right now that we're going to be watching most of this time. Jonathan Swartz is P15 right now. Not a good qualifying lap. He has left front damage. Not sure how that happened. They're going to need to fix that car up. But yeah, not a good lap for Swartz there. Never qualifies the greatest, but ends up driving through the field later in the run. So 30 seconds left of qualifying. Few drivers are finishing up their laps, but just like Jeremy Flanagan, a teammate to Lilith Peters. Let's go ahead and get an interview here with Matt Frady. Matt, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're P2. I talked to you back at the shop earlier this week. You said that obviously you're out of the playoffs, but you're looking to come in and steal some wins with 2 of your favorite racetracks left in the season. Tell us what your expectations for Martinsville and how are you going to try to run your race?
Yeah, we could have probably got pole. We messed up a little bit in 1 and 2 there once we realized you could give a little bit more throttle to it, but I didn't. And once I noticed that, I did in 3 and 4 and gain some time. But hopefully we can just stay consistent throughout the run, gain some positions, well, go +1 on positions, and save some tires for the long run if that's what happens, and maybe move up from there.
Well, we wish you luck. The starting lineup is on the board right now, so I missed that. But anyway, good luck, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, thank you.
Talking there with Matt Frady. Obviously, the running order is going here. Lilith Peters in P9, Nathaniel Landwehr P10. So playoff drivers starting a little bit deeper in the field. Casey Brown, Tony Scarbo going to be 11th and 12th. 13th, fan favorite, Mikey Adams. And to his outside, Michael Cochran. Jeremy Flanagan and Jonathan Swartz going to be 15th and 16th. And Wyatt Garrett and Trevor Asworth to round off the field, I believe. Maybe a few more. Nope. Jonathan Mazzella did not qualify as well, so he's going to be starting at the back. He's just having some fun. He's not qualifying, knows championships out of reach, so he's just looking to try to come in, have some fun, starting at the back. But Joshua Law and Matt Frady, your front row here for Martinsville Mayhem. Let's talk with Josh here on the pace laps. Josh, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you put her on the pole after we saw you at Bristol earlier in the year, or last season maybe. I don't know. Have you run one this season?
I have not, I don't think.
So you won the one last year at Bristol. You are one of the best short track drivers in the series. Tell us, Martinsville-wise, why do you think it fits your driving style so well, and how are you able to put it on the pole?
It just track always been good at. Any short track where it takes a little finesse and stuff. You can't like drive real hard on the brake. You kind of lift early and let the thing roll a little bit, and it just kind of suits my driving style. So we'll see what we can do here in the race.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one to watch. You're going to have a lot of competition, And choose going a few new things for you, so we'll see if anybody's got anything for you. Good luck.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Joshua Lawton there, your pole sitter, as the field is getting ready to go green. It's 150 laps tonight. 50 to 60 is the random stage, so anywhere from 50 to 60, the stage caution can be thrown. 19 drivers in the field. Couple new faces as well, or returning faces. Playoffs and points lead is all up to play. Anything can happen here at Martinsville. Pace car lights are out. Down the back straightaway for the final time before we go green. Joshua Lawton and Matt Frady are going to lead them. Martinsville Mayhem playoffs is green. Good restart there for Matt on the outside line. He's going to try to roll the top side. Is possible here on these restarts at Martinsville. Matt has a lot of laps here in the official season. This whole last week while the official series was at Martinsville. We already have a spin. That's going to be Clay Sarton in front of the field. And everybody, luckily, mostly able to avoid as the first caution of the night, not even on the exit of turn 4. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened here. Clay Sarton side by side with Kevin Ritchie. Play up the racetrack, starts to roll into the gas, just gets sideways in front of the field. Lilith are points 2, battling for it. Mikey able to avoid it. Actually, I think everybody mostly was able to avoid that, surprisingly, as Clay went in front of your 2 points leader, battling for the championship, Lilith and Nathaniel. Right in front, Lilith does make contact. We'll have to check her front end to see if she has damage. That could be dangerous. I'm not sure. Let's see if we could get a look at it. I don't think so. Yeah, she's clean. So Lilith is okay. Let's check Nathaniel. He is okay as well. So, early problems with drivers losing rear grip. Lawton was able to hold off Frady, who was charging hard on the outside line. But on the restart, on the start, looked like nobody had a challenge there for the front 2, especially on the restart. We'll go back to the restart and see kind of what happened here, how good of a run everybody got. Matt and Josh fired. Second row between Kel and Randy. Really didn't have too good of a start. Randy got stuck on the outside lane. Kel was able to get clear, but still was clear by a few car lengths. So, surprisingly, them 2 running side by side didn't seem to hurt their lap time too much, as nobody came to pit road. Should be going back green here in the next few laps. So problems early with a lot of drivers losing rear grip on corner exit. Next time by will be the choose, or the choose will be into 1. That was a good way to do it. We're going to see a lot of that tonight. Lilith goes to the outside line. So with Martinsville being such a dominant bottom groove racetrack, a lot of drivers are going to go to the bottom of the racetrack, but that means you can make up a few rows on the outside line, which I think is what we saw from Lilith there, hoping to get in line as quickly as possible. And Nathaniel picked the bottom lane. Going to see how that works out for him here as they come back for the restart. Same front row. Josh fires back green. The front ends of these race cars lift up as they get on the gas and slam when they hit the brakes. Now Josh to lead by car length over Kel McClinney. Matt Frady falls back to 3rd. Randy Arms in 4th. Kevin Ritchie battling with Lilith Peters on the outside. So Lilith, if she's able to make a hole and get clear, very good opportunity to gain those spots is on that top side. And she does have a good run on the outside. Lilith fighting hard on the outside, going to roll through the center of the corner. Kevin gets better drive there. Now Nathaniel's actually going to follow to the top side. Kevin able to clear Lilith. Is Lilith going to be clear? She does, but Randy peeks the nose back underneath to keep her on the outside line. So now Lilith, can she defend Nathaniel? There's a hole, and it closed. Nathaniel now to the inside of Lilith. This will make them even for the points lead right now. Both of them haven't led a lap. They both didn't get the pole. So right now, points would be tied if it were to finish how it is. Back up to the front of the field, Kel McClenny applying the pressure to Joshua Lawton. Let's see how these two are getting around this racetrack. Two Toyotas leading the field. Hard into the corner. Josh seems to be diamonding their car a little bit more than what Kel is. Drives in a little bit straighter. Washes up the hill. Kel more wrapping that curve as we've seen that more traditional line here from Martinsville. Randy Arms, who's looking to have a good points day as well. So MP4 hasn't lost the front three, which I thought could be a runaway, but Randy had showed some good long run speed here in practice. He's got the nice low and smooth lane on the bottom, saving the rear tires like Randy always does. Never has the raw speed start of the run, but as we get later into the night, Randy definitely will be a factor in this one. So Lilith Peters back to the inside of Randy Sample. Puts her back into P7. A little bit further back, Casey Brown. Clay Sarton, first spin of the night. And since then has sat P11, holding off as there's problems on the front straightaway. Maybe Randy Sample had a problem there. What happened there? Sample came off of turn 4. Little loose into the outside wall. Tiller into the back of him. It stacked everybody else up. But everybody able to avoid Randy. One of the best on the short tracks. Showed a lot of speed in the mini truck races that we did. Which I also have a cool announcement to make. We'll be racing on Wednesday. So Speedzone will be racing on Wednesday nights in a truck series. Little mini test season coming up. Starting tomorrow night. And then next season also side by side with the Xfinity Series. More about that later. But now, Nathaniel has moved himself into the 5th spot. Got around Kevin Ritchie there. So Lilith is trying to run down Kevin. But a nice green run here. So we got a gaggle of cars right in front. Tiller trying to lead it. Right in front of Clay Sarton. Saw the spin early, but hasn't hurt him. So he's still got an opportunity to win tonight. Has left front damage, but I've seen a lot of different things go on with damage. As Tiller gets a little bit tight, allows Clay to peek to the inside line. Into the corner they go. A little bit of contact, maybe. Well, that's Martinsville Racing. Clay up on the curb. Tiller to the outside wall almost. And Swartz looking for a hole. There's another trying to clear Tiller on corner exit. He's going to be clear through the center of the corner. So Swartz up into the top 10 for the first time tonight. A little bit further back, though. Mazzella not having a good night. Really struggling for one of your playoff drivers. We got a change for third. Randy got around Kel a few laps ago and then into the corner. Randy, a little bit of a slide from Randy, actually. Opened up the door for Kel. Kel made the most of it, so a little bit of wheel hopping and loose into the corner, which is not something I expected to see tonight. Trying to bore with Nathaniel, see how he sets up the pass. Got onto the curb a little bit, so definitely a hard track conditions tonight that these drivers are having to maneuver and get by. Randy with a good drive off there. Nathaniel has the entry speed, just not the exit yet. But he's up the racetrack about half lane, then drives down the racetrack. That was a good corner for Nathaniel. So we're seeing a few different lines. You can wrap the corner, be half a lane up like Nathaniel is right now, drive down it as we have another caution come out. Mikey Adams in 3 and 4 went around, so the second caution of the night. Let's take a look and see what happened. On the inside of Jeremy Flanagan. On the inside, locked up the left front just a little bit to try to stay off of him. And Mikey goes around. Safe. Able to save it, though, and stay on the lead lap. So a good run there for Mikey. Matt Kell fake it. We'll see. Is there going to be any takers to pit road? Swartz to pit road. Tiller to pit road. Sample. So 4 cars to pit road now. So, Swartz to pit road. Same thing with Tiller. Tiller has a little bit of front end damage. Actually not killed as much as you might think after the hard contact with Randy Sample. But Swartz to pit road, not going to be able to make adjustments. I don't see the jack going up. Now it does. So, Swartz is going to take tires. I'm expecting that is the call for most of the drivers pitting. But Swartz coming from the back. Him taking tires right here could be a very big call, especially for the stage points. If Swartz is able to get to the lead, that could be big for those playoff points. If it runs green from here in 25 laps, there could be a caution. 20, like I mentioned before, 50 to 60 is that stage. So 25 green, Swartz on new tires driving through the field. He might be able to get back up there and steal this stage win, which would be big for him in the points. But he's going to have to maneuver through some restarts to see how he's going to be able to get it done. But an interesting call by Swartz, usually on a different strategy than everybody, but a lot of the time it works out for him. So already we've seen mistakes and side-by-side racing. These cars are not hard or not easy to drive like some of the trucks or even the cup cars with a lot of braking power, no suspension, just kind of driving through the corner. A lot of travel, a lot of brake pressure, and a lot can happen. So Kell goes top. First one to pick the outside line. Randy goes to the outside. Nathaniel from the bottom. Peters goes to the top. So they're going to be side by side. 3 to the bottom. Scarebo to the top. Everybody to the bottom right there. All the way back to Mikey. So Wyatt Garrett's going to gain a few spots. Actually about 5 spots from where he probably would have been. Back from the restart lap 27. Back to the green. Fires. And Josh going to be cleared to turn number 1. Kell, not a good restart on the outside line. He's able to get clear, but it kind of stacked up Randy on the outside line. That allowed Nathaniel to his inside. Now does Matt have anything for Josh? Race leader. Nathaniel really trying to clear Randy. Has the drive. Randy a little bit sideways. Just not able to do anything to try to hold off Nathaniel. He does. Kevin Ritchie to the inside of Lilith Peters. Just doesn't have these restarts and short run speed that she needs. The fire off speed on the restarts. We have a fake 3. Not a fake. Swartz is going to have it in there. Lilith going to make contact with Kevin. Lilith Peters, your points leader, around. Not of her doing, but for the 4th caution tonight, Lilith Peters, points leader, goes around after a 3 wide. Let's go back and see what happened here. It all set up through 1 and 2. Swartz looks to the inside of Kevin Ritchie. Wasn't sure if he was going to do it or not. And then obviously had the nose underneath there. But Kevin, stuck in the middle, nowhere for him to go. Just a sandwich play. Don't expect to go 3 at Martinsville. Swartz has to be aggressive with those points, but also the points leader was trying to stay in where she was. Was there also a problem in turn 1? Oh, there was. Wyatt Garrett around. Wyatt Garrett was around in turn 1. made contact with Michael. Kind of a chop action, actually. Michael was definitely looking, and Wyatt decided to drive all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. So that could have been the yellow, or for Peters, but Peters is down pit road. Not sure if she took tires. Let's check. She did. So on the same strategy now as Swartz, but a few laps later. So we'll see how she drives back through the field. But now it's still the top three. Same as we've seen it all night. It's going to be Josh, Matt, and Kel. Then Nathaniel up to P4 with a lot of pressure relieved there with the contact from Peters going to the back. It was -1. Now is going to be plus. I mean, I guess over 10 on Swartz because he is the next playoff driver. Well, I guess Randy is. Let's actually pull that back up so I can verify. So Randy is 10, Swartz is 11, and Nathaniel is the points lead. So right now he's plus 11 or 12. I guess it would be. Choose cone. Randy goes to the top, Nathaniel to the bottom. Swartz to the top. So it's going to be the same front row as last restart. Can Kel get a better restart than what he did before? Josh been able to fire so good every time on the bottom lane. I don't expect him to go to the outside lane unless it's a way better car on the outside behind him that he would rather have. Because I think he can clear unless there's contact no matter what as fast as he's running back into the restart zone. Josh fires way clear. Clear by at least 3 into turn 1. Matt's going to move back into second, Kel into third. Same way the last restart played out. Nathaniel and Randy side by side. Randy just not got the outside rolling speed to try to hold it. Trying to fight with Nathaniel. They're just going to make contact. Nathaniel in the back of the 07. Swartz in the back of the 66. And Kel McClinney goes around in front of the field. Luckily, everybody was able to avoid it, but I think that, did the caution come out before? Kel's getting a spot back, maybe. But into 1, let's watch it from on top of Swartz's view. That's not Swartz. On top with Swartz, you see Nathaniel drives it in there. Kel, they just make contact. Nathaniel was hard into the corner. Randy makes a little bit of contact, though, with Kel as he went around, but he was able to save it. And then Swartz into the back of Nathaniel, but Nathaniel was able to save it, but has rear end damage. So that could be big here. We'll see if Kel actually gets his spot back or not. He might be, because he wasn't bad, but a lot of cars to pit road. Wyatt, Tiller, Sample, Peters. Peters back to pit road. Could have been damage there. She does have front end damage now. Let's go back and take a look. Was that from the restart or? Oh, it could have been. Could have been from the restart. Those looks fine here. They get rolling. And yeah, a little bit of a stack up on the outside line. Big stack up from Tiller. Caused the outside line not to be able to roll. And there's contact in the corner. We'll see where they come back out. So Kel still in P8. Didn't lose as much spot, but was able to save it. Kind of got saved by Randy. But now Nathaniel up to third. Let's do a little driver radioactive and see what MoFlo Racing is talking about with Mazzella. You got Swartz in there, Randy Sample, and Nathaniel.
No.
What's going on?
Why did?
Let's talk about that last restart. This is a terrible radioactive.
Good time to do it under green
skill
tape.
issue.
Didn't have any damage from Wilson or Cochran getting into me.
I've been.
Can we help you, broadcast man? Oh, I just broke the fourth wall. Fuck me.
Back for the restart. Josh and Matt on the front row. Matt and Josh get together. A little bit of contact. Everybody's going to scatter. That allowed Nathaniel the inside line. Swartz almost into the back of him. Bad restart for Matt and Josh. Matt tried to stay on his door. Josh, they made contact. It got Lawton loose. And now it's a battle for the lead. Nathaniel trying to take it. Lawton fighting hard on the outside line. It is a difficult lane to run on the outside line here at Martinsville. But if there's one guy that has shown the speed to be able to do it, it's Joshua Lawton. But right now, going to be cleared by Nathaniel. Unless Swartz gets in the back of him, and he does. Could be 3 wide down the front straightaway for Martinsville. 3 wide for the lead at Martinsville. Can it get any crazier than this for the stage? Swartz goes by. Lawton into the black. It's not going to rotate. They're 3 wide once again. Here comes Kevin Ritchie. What happened there? The top 3 that have ran in the first 30 laps of the race have now fallen back to 4th, 5th, and 7th. So Lawton loses a lot of time. Swartz, big points gained for him there. Taking the tires, took the lead, moved Nathaniel out of the way. Now, Nathaniel's stuck on the outside line. Side by side with Kel McClinney. They made contact earlier in the race. How aggressive is Kel going to be with him? Knows that's the points battle, but wants to be as good as track position as they make contact down the back straightaway. Lawton fighting hard to try to get back up there in the track position. Nathaniel's loose. He's got a lot less drive than what he had. As many times as he's been hit in the back end, he sees the rear damage. He slid the back tires when Swartz has hit him twice and moved him up the racetrack. That's hurt the rear, and Kale's going to run him up the racetrack just a little bit. He's able to clear. Now Kale's going to be loose. Great save, but that allowed Matt to back to the inside line. Kale's he's going to lose a lot of rear grip now, as hot as those tires are going to be. Lawton's going to try to fight back to the inside line. Swartz is gone, though. Second lead over Randy Arms. Then it's Matt Frady, Kel McClinney, and Joshua Lawton. Then it's Nathaniel. So this is the best thing that could happen for Swartz in the points. Same thing with Randy Arms being second. More cars that pass Nathaniel, the better they are for the point situation. We go back a little bit further in the field. Lilith Peters, not where she wants to be. Not going to get any stage points. This could be the championship over for Lilith if she's not able to. Next lap by will be the first lap open for the stage. She's going to have to get aggressive to try to get into the points. Now Kale and Nathaniel back side by side. Nathaniel knows how important it is to try to get every spot with the point situation as it is. Kale's going to try to fight around the outside, but he got loose. It definitely hurt his tires. Going to try to do a crossover on the nose of Kevin Ritchie. It's not going to work out. Kale gets moved once again into the outside wall. And Kale now is going to drop to the field after showing so much speed earlier in the race. May have to go back and take a look at it, but still. Swartz, Arms, Frady, Lawton, Nathaniel. Top 5 at the moment. Kevin Ritchie, and then a mess out back with Kale dropping to the field. Casey Brown and Lilith Peters just behind, looking for a hole. Just doesn't have one at the moment. As the caution comes out, that's going to be the stage, and they make contact. Casey Brown and Randy Sample make contact at the caution. What happened there? Did Casey just get a little bit loose? Just a little bit of contact. Randy was really close to the wall, and Casey was up the track. Not teammates, but two of the most nice and respectful guys in the lobby, so I bet they're apologizing to each other. So Swartz gets the stage win over Randy Arms, Matt Frady, Joshua Lawton, Nathaniel, the first playoff, or the second, well, third playoff driver, but was competing for the points lead, was -1. Now we'll be back a little bit more, as there's a lot of cars coming to pit road now. Everybody should be coming down pit road. We do see that happening.
Sample, turn me.
Oh. I'm tight as hell now after got front end damage.
I wrecked Kale.
I killed my modal.
Should I
I got
fix it?
something to say.
My
I got
motor?
something to say.
Killed Lilith too.
I'm gonna fix it. Fuck it.
Fuck this.
Got 100 laps.
All right, we heard it there. Let's join now with Kale, Matt, and Clay into their channel.
How's it going?
Ain't much going on over here.
Yeah, that was.
Did you see that last restart, Cabe? What did I get jacked up in the back end? Or... Yeah, well, now you're doing an interview. You're telling me what
All right, well, all right. So, what was the question?
what
Previous
happened
interview?
that last restart? Did I get jacked up in the back end?
No, it looked like you were on Josh's door and about turned him.
Well, yeah, because he checked up, so I had to woe up, and then that's when I started to go, and it just hooked hard left, and I couldn't tell if I got hit in the back because I seen Randy full screen in the mirror. So.
Oh crap! I went down a lap.
Oh no. Did Mazzella pit? When did Mazzella last pit?
Well, Matt's confused as well on when Mazzella pitted. I was as well, as he made me have to do an interview with him. So Mazzella stayed out. Not sure when he last pitted. Let's ask him actually. Well, never mind. They're coming back to the green. The pace car lights are out. Hold on, wait. Mazzella, do you got a copy?
I do.
Well, obviously not the first run of the race that you wanted, but after the stage, you come out with the lead. What is your thoughts? And when was the last time that you pitted?
I can't point my way in, so I'm just going for the top 5 or a win. I had pitted lap 37, just did some really easy 10 laps in the back just to save the tires. So just doing it for track position, see if it nuts out.
I like it. Well, we're hoping it works out for you, and looking forward to seeing you and how it works out. So good luck, or let you get back after it.
Thanks. Just hope I don't get pwned. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Jonathan Mazzella there, the pizza man himself, going to lead him back to the green. Stage complete. 57 done. Tons more to go. Mazzella fires. We're back green for Martinsville. Mazzella cleared. Now Matt's going to be in second. Newest tires right behind them is Lawton and Swartz make a little bit of contact on corner exit. Matt trying to fight to the inside line, but right now Swartz working the outside line, trying as good as he can, but just doesn't have the raw speed. On the top, can he get clear in front of Kale? Doesn't look like it. Kale's going to make sure he sticks the nose in there. Matt's going to go for the lead. At the stripe, Matt's going to have it. Randy almost in the outside wall. There goes Nathaniel at the back of the field. Matt threw a little bit of a slide job, got loose. That opened the door for Lawton to go by. It's 140 versus 40 versus 41. It's got a 4 or a... if it's a 4, an O, or a 1 at the front of the field, it's going to be leading. Now, Matt and Kale, teammates side by side, they're going for it for third, right in front of Swartz. That's going to be big for him. But at the back, Nathaniel, not sure why he's back here. If he's pitted to take some damage, the rear end was definitely hurt. Now it's going to be hurt again on the left rear, but he definitely got some damage fixed. So I'm very shocked by that because it's Martinsville. So we'll see if he's able to make his way back through the field. Obviously got good stage points, but not sure where that's going to put him. A little bit further up, though, Lilith Peters. She didn't get any stage points as she gets actually loose on corner exit. Allows a lot of cars to go to her outside. She's going to get eaten up here. Little mistakes is what's going to cost it. At Martinsville, such a difficult racetrack and a hard racetrack to pass at. It's difficult at some points, and some points very easy, as we saw with Swartz on the new tires. As Kale's trying to work his way to the inside and clear Mazzella down the back straightaway. He has almost cleared. Should be clearing the center here, rolling the outside. We're on the inside line. Does clear on corner exit. But Mazzella is going to get loose and make contact with Swartz. Into the inside wall. Everybody hopefully able to avoid. And does Mazzella. His race is over. Not what he wanted to have happen. First caution in the second half of the race. Mazzella tried to be on a different strategy. Was in the high line. And it just didn't work out for him. Let's see what happened. I tried to board inside with him. See it just start to get a little bit loose. And then right across the nose of Swartz. Nowhere for him to go. And Mazzella into the inside. Hard hit. Blew the motor on that 41. And his championship hopes are going to be dusted here at Martinsville. Not the race that Jonathan Mazzella wanted, but definitely put himself in a good position. Just the rear tires didn't have enough grip to try to hold it as a lot of other cars to pit road. Lilith Peters, Nathaniel, Sample. They're all to pit road. Good points, I guess, for right now. I know I keep mentioning it, but Swartz, Arms, they're not looking too bad here. Another guy, Mikey Adams. He's looking pretty sporty. Mikey, do you got a copy? Mikey?
Yes, sir.
I just want to ask before we get back going green, do you think that you could talk us through a restart here at Martinsville as crazy as it gets? I'm sure that we're going to have plenty. So if you don't want to do it on this one.
No.
No?
Hell no.
You don't want to try
Not
it?
right now.
Not right now? All right.
It's bad enough trying to go through these gears without pancaking somebody. I can't do it this week, brother. I'm sorry.
Hey, Martinsville's one of the hardest tracks. I
sorry.
don't blame you. All right, I'll let you get back and focus up. You're actually running pretty good right now, P8. So you're not
You
running
had to
too bad.
fucking
Staying out
say
of trouble.
something about it, and I'm about to hit the outside wall like a son of a bitch.
Just don't do that. Don't turn right. You'll be good.
Hey, by the way, hold on. Before you get me out of here, look at the paint scheme, Hocus Pocus. Shout out Landon.
I did.
Halloween's this Friday. Shout out Hocus Pocus.
We
But yeah,
definitely
give me
have been
back.
looking at it.
I
It's
gotta
definitely
go.
a unique scheme, and I like it for the Halloween. I like it. All right, focus up.
Give me back.
Focus
Thank
up.
You. Thank you.
Mikey there. We'll try to get a word in with him. Maybe somebody can take us along for a ride next time. Who's one guy that we don't really... We could do maybe Scarabo. Scarabo, would you mind taking us for a restart here at Martinsville? Talking us through it?
Here we go. Second gear. Second gear. Ooh, wheel spin.
Now you're going to be clear, but you got Mikey behind you. He's driving into the... Jesus, Mikey. Anyway, you pick the inside line. How valuable do you think that inside line is to race, and especially for these restarts here at Martinsville?
I can't do anything on the outside. Some of these guys can do a lot on the outside, but I just can't keep up the speed like some of these guys can, like Randy.
Well, you're showing a lot of speed in P9. Thank you for taking us back to the restart. I was trying to get somebody to take us through it as crazy as they get, so we'll let you focus back up and get after it.
Thank you.
Tony there. Don't get to talk to him much, but I'm glad I was able to get the opportunity. Almost got a bump there from his teammate, Mikey Adams, but a little bit further back. Ryan Tiller now. Jeremy Flanagan is up here. He's in P6. So Jeremy Flanagan doing a good job. P6 as he blinks out for a second. Hopefully going to come back, and he does. But right now at the top, well, the whole field has gotten single filed out. We're going to see if the long run comes, who's going to have the long run speed. Randy Arms and Swartz is going for that. They have 3 cars in front of them that realistically they have free will to do. We're at the halfway point of the race in a few next time by. So if you're in their situation, how aggressive do you race Kale, Matt, and Joshua Lawton? Matt, you know that you'll have to race him next season, and Jeremy Flanagan's going to go around as I said something about him. Flanagan and around. Not the announcer's curse definitely got him there. Jeremy, let's see what happened here. Into the corner. Just wheel hopped. Nowhere, nothing that he could do, just wheel hopped. That is one of the worst feelings at Martinsville, and definitely a hopeless feeling when you go into the corner and you know the rear of the race car is loose, but there's really no stopping it by the time that you get going. So we follow along on the brakes, up the racetrack, and around he goes. But Joshua Lawton, did he come to pit road? I want to make sure. No, he isn't. Okay, so it's just different. Peters to pit road, though. Swartz to pit road. Casey Brown to pit road. A lot of different drivers to pit road. So either to get damage fixed, you see Lilith with the right sides up. Let's go ahead and try to talk with Lilith while she's on pit road. Lilith, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Well, you've definitely had an up and down night. Looked like you were in pretty good at the first 10 laps of the race, then got spun, went to the back, missed the stage points. Where's your mindset? And what are you thinking for the last half of this race, and why have you kept coming down pit road?
I just need to finish the damn thing.
I think a lot of drivers have that mindset as well. Obviously, Martinsville Mayhem, with 2 races left in the season, you were the points leader, but now you're going to have to make up a lot of time. You still have a chance at it with a lot of playoff drivers and a lot of laps to go, but it has not been the night that you have wanted. What is your strategy with the last half of it? Where do you also think with the choose cone, how does that affect your choices here for the restarts?
Just go where the least rows are and don't put myself in stupid positions.
That is definitely a good way to think about it here at Martinsville. We'll let you get back after it. Unfortunate night for you, but there's still a long way to go.
All right, thank you.
Your channel so far. Hold on. Lilith there. Goes to the outside line. Quick word in there. Trying to talk to all of our playoff drivers at some point during this race. So same front 3 that we've had, same front 4 as we had most of this race so far. It's going to be Kel and Josh. Fire, back green. Kel way sideways. Looked like he spun him all the way down the front straightaway, but that opened the door for Joshua Lawton and Matt Frady to sneak to the inside of Kel. Just the outside line does not have the speed on these restarts. Kel's going to try to get in front of Randy Arms. Taylor's going to drive her in deep and clear Kevin. And now the next car by is going to be Nathaniel side by side with Mikey Adams. Mikey Adams just passed Nathaniel Landwehr and fed him a right rear. Mikey is digging here at Martinsville. But Nathaniel, P10 right now, looking for another hole. Trying to go to the outside line. Just isn't able to fight it yet. Clay Sarton's going to try to get to his inside. We'll see how Nathaniel's setting up these passes. Playoff drivers throughout the field. 2 in the front, or Randy, really the only front running playoff driver left. And then 10th on back. Nathaniel, Swartz, Peters, just all over right now. These playoff drivers are really not having the best night at Martinsville, not dominating like they have most of the season. Right on board here with Mikey Adams. Watching Nathaniel try to set up the pass. With 68 laps to go. It'll be 67 next time at the line. Good run there for Nathaniel. Will he take it? He looks to the inside of Mikey. He is going to peek the nose. And now he's going to clear Mikey and move himself into the top 10 position. Joshua Lawton to lead with 6-7 laps to go as Matt gets way sideways. That's going to hurt the rear tires. Lost 2.5 tenths there as he got loose. Has a little bit of right rear damage. But burning those tires is big here at Martinsville and very easy to do with these thinner tires than the Cup car and what seems like more power than the NASCAR Cup Series. They have real suspension, so they're definitely hard to drive, and any little slip of the tires wears them more and more. And he's had to back off the corner. Now Randy Arms up the racetrack. He got a little bit loose. That opened Kale to come closer. Kevin Ritchie trying to set up the pass on Tiller. Let's go and do another radioactive as we're under green and listen to what these drivers are talking about.
Hello? We ain't saying a whole lot.
This dude, Kale McClinney, is a weapon.
I know.
If anybody knows him, just let him know he's a weapon.
Shit's getting fucking annoying.
I just feel like I'd come down here and race with these slow pokes back here. Definitely not me getting loose off the corner. Love Kevin and Ryan. Oh, fuck. You act like I care.
Heard a few different there. Obviously, a few drivers upset. We're at Martinsville. Makes sense. So, Kale, he's not having a good night. He's loose on the corner exit. That's going to open up the door for Tiller to have a move to the inside. Kale's got left side door damage. Might get some more from Tiller as he's making the pass. Kevin Ritchie looking for a hole as they make even more contact on corner exit. Kale really loose and struggling as there's caution. Trevor's around on the exit of turn 2. Taking a look at it here. Oh, was there contact? Far back. Trevor up the racetrack. Mikey to the inside. Got in the left rear of him. Lilith Peters was involved. Doesn't hurt her too much. That looked a lot bigger than what it could have been, but Lilith Peters around as well. Clay into the back of her after she had nowhere to go on Mikey. Clay nowhere to go. And Lilith, like she said, she just wants to finish tonight's race. Really not a good night for Lilith. Thought she had a chance at it. But everybody else to pit road, she stays out. So Lilith, I think, is done being at the back of the field. She's just going to try to survive at the front of it. As the whole field comes, who's going to win the race off of pit road? Joshua Lawton was the first one into the box. Is anybody going to try 2 tires? Possibly. Everybody's left side's up. They leave at the same time. Matt trying to get there, just wasn't able to. Race off pit road. It's going to be Josh Lawton, Matt Frady, Randy Arms, Ryan Tiller, Kel McClinney, Kevin Ritchie, Daniel Landwehr, Clay Sarton, Tony Scarbo, Mikey Adams, Michael Cochran, Jeremy Flanagan, Randy Sample. It should be Casey Brown and Trevor Asworth to round off the race off of pit road. So, out of everybody who's still left, Swartz stayed out, Lilith Peters stayed out. First 2 next on pit road. Let's talk with Jonathan Swartz. Swartz, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we've seen you with a very different strategy than a lot of drivers, and you're on the same strategy as again. Well, different strategy again. You're in the lead with Lilith stayed out behind you. What's your thoughts and how good are your tires?
Tires aren't wearing too bad tonight, so if I can just hold the track position, I think we'll be okay for us, at least a top 5. So, car's been good. If I can just stay out front, we'll be all right.
Yeah, the bottom lane seems to be the dominant, especially as the leader. What is? Would you like to take us for a little bit of a ride here for the restart and talk us through it?
Sure, go for it.
So obviously coming back to the restart, got Lilith on your outside. Take it away.
He's just watched the wheel spin.
Good restart. Lilith spun him a little bit, so you were right there on watching it. Now you have Josh lurking right behind you. All right, we'll let you get back after it. Go back with your teammates as you're working the outside line.
All right, thanks.
Jonathan Swartz there, a little talking to us. I know these drivers are trying to focus, so I might not do that anymore. But it's kind of cool to hear what they're thinking as they keep running through it, especially for these restarts. They're 3 wide in the back. Lilith Peters, not a good restart. She dropped way far in the back, so I don't know if she's just trying to save tire or fuel or what. Is Kel's going to get in there really deep into the back of Swartz, able to save it, allowed Nathaniel to go by. Kel really aggressive right now, just trying to keep that car underneath him. Swartz got kind of lucky, didn't get run over there. Kevin Ritchie up the racetrack. Not sure what happened there. Oh, just on the outside of Ryan. Drove her in a little bit deep, got on the marble, or on the concrete, and that didn't help him. Clay Sarton back in the top 10 for the first time, or for the second time tonight after his little spin he had. At the front of the field, Joshua Lawton, Randy Arms, and Matt Frady. 2 of the elders, the 3 elder statesmen of the field. Showing a lot of speed, just like we see in real life at Martinsville. Older drivers tend to know how to get around this racetrack. We're seeing it tonight. A lot of inexperience, making mistakes, but these 3 with under 50 laps to go have definitely shown a lot as there's contact in the back between Swartz and Kel McClinney. So Kel, not making a lot of friends. Ran 1 or 2 races last season at Phoenix. Almost got in the back of Swartz there. Swartz is on the older tires, and Tiller's looking for a hole. Swartz has definitely lost the drive. He said when we were just talking to him that the rear tire and the tires in general haven't seemed to be wearing too much, but we're seeing they clearly have, especially for rear drive. Maybe not center speed, but rear drive has definitely gone the later you run on tires. And he just decides it's better to fight another day. Try to hold it. But still the top 3 all within half a tenth of each other with 46 laps remaining. Nathaniel a second and a bit back. He still can run down the top 3. Let's see how good he is. Watch the left side of the screen as he gets on the outside wall. Let's see how he's running this racetrack. Notice as he goes to the corner, slowly turns. Slowly turns into the corner, and he slowly picks up the gas. He slowly turns the wheel back straight. It is one trick here at Martinsville. As you get on corner exit, you slowly roll into the gas, and as you slowly roll into the gas, you start straightening out that wheel at the same time to not jerk the car around and be loose. See how Kel's driving it. Cut up the racetrack a little bit more of a diamond. See that car tight, but is really having to tug it back left. And Matt Frady's all over the back bumper of Randy Arms. So great points there if it were to finish here for Randy. Not going to gain as much as you wanted over Nathaniel, but Matt's still loose. The teammates, Let's Drive Raps Racing, they're both loose. So the setup that they came with to this racetrack has not been good to them. One thing I do wish that we had. We'll talk about that here in a second. Clay, side by side with Kevin Ritchie. 2 very similar guys that I like hanging out with, Clay and Kevin. Clay has run a few races this season, but loses the spot to Kevin, who throughout the year has shown a lot of speed and gained a lot of confidence this season. You normally see him that 10th to 12th range this season at the end of last season, but this season has shown a lot, has run inside the top 5 quite a bit. Running 7th, was inside the top 4 earlier. As he gets loose, I'm going to stop talking about him, but ran 2nd at Darlington. Ran 2nd, finished 2nd, and ran 2nd most of that race. So a lot of speed from Kevin, and it's showing. Won't have any failures here in iRacing, but first of lap traffic coming up. Matt really fighting that wheel and sideways. So Nathaniel has driven down Matt here from a second and 2/10 back to 6/10. So has cut that gap half of what it was just a few laps ago. And he's really up the racetrack and driving back down the hill. He's got a very unique line, which we see a lot of time from some of the very fast guys in the top split races. Randy's going to be sideways. Rouse allows Lawton to pull away and Matt to have a look into turn 1. Possibly got messed up by the lap car of Trevor. Trevor wasn't in the way, but just a different visual cue with another car in front of you could mess you up on corner entry. Nathaniel really fighting hard here. The inside of Trevor now. Does Matt have any tire left to try to pass Randy? How aggressive does Matt get? No, he's in a good spot. Jeremy was fall off on the leaderboard. Did he have a mistake? Oh, actually, shout out to Jeremy Flanagan. Great drift in the corner. If there were stage style points for that, he might be the points leader. That was a heck of a save there from Jeremy. That allowed the leaders to catch up to him even more. Lap traffic becoming a factor. With 33 laps to go, these drivers all should be able to make it to the end of the race, but will their tires have enough life in them left to make it? We know Swartz is on the older tires compared to Kel, and he's stuck right with him. So Kel's definitely lost the rear drive. Swartz has saved it, at least enough to be competitive on the older tires. A little bit further back, Lilith Peters, not the race that she wanted to have happen, being the points leader. Really struggling to make passes tonight. It is a hard track to do without making contact, and she's one of the cleanest in the field. So not a good combo for her. Was one of the best on the short tracks earlier in the year. Won at Iowa. Was able to hold off late charger Jonathan Mazzella. But here at Martinsville does not have the same speed in that one car. Back up to the front. Matt still lurking on the back bumper of Randy Arms. Now to the inside line. Really trying to pitch him. Randy knows how valuable that spot is to hold off Matt, because if he gets stuck on the outside line, look who's right behind him. Nathaniel Anwar, if he gets around him, heading to Phoenix with more of a buffer, it's going to be hard to beat. So Randy trying to keep Matt in between both of them, and then to beat Nathaniel, to at least gain a little bit of points on him. Back to Lilith Peters. Still there, Swartz in P7. Just on the old tires, hoping for a yellow. I'm assuming from Swartz right now. Just hoping that he can have a yellow, catch a caution, come down pit road, put some tires on it, and get that thing tuned up to drive back through the field like he did before. We saw how good he was. Same thing with Tony Scarbo. P8 right now. Shout out to him. Same thing with Randy Sample. Both of these drivers start at the back of the field usually and aren't the best qualifiers, but get in the race a little bit later, they slowly work their way to the field, and they're inside the top 10 with one of their best runs of the season for Tony. As Sample got way sideways. Tiller trying to hold off Lilith Peters. Everybody's got a little bit of damage, and it seems like everybody is sideways, but there was a battle for second. Battle for third. Nathaniel tries to take it on Randy, and he does. Does Randy try to give him the bumper to make sure he can? It doesn't even look like he's going to be able to get there. So move Nathaniel into third. Does he have enough time? 25 to go to run down Matt. Then make quick work of him to get to Joshua Lawton, who's about 3 seconds in front. Best spot on the track here is between Swartz and Kale. Lap down. Casey Brown stays out of the way. Does a great job of it. Casey, another driver that's learning a lot this year, has shown a lot of speed. Just got caught up in a few wrecks. Probably hurt really bad with that front end damage like he was. But Swartz, we saw how aggressive Kel was and the mistakes he was making. Can Swartz do the same thing to try to get around Kel for another point and try to lose as little points as he can on the front few in the playoffs? Every point matters. Every spot matters. That's what these playoffs were designed to do. He's got a good corner. Trevor. A lap car allows Swartz to the inside of Kale. Uses him as a pick. Kale's going to try to fight it on the outside line. That black shiny 07, but Swartz not clear. But so close. Now is able to clear. Now he's going to have to try to get by Trevor. So Swartz did a good job there passing the lap car, using him as a pick. Kale locks up the brakes a little bit loose and twitchy. That allowed actually Tony and Randy Sample to catch up to both of them. These are the closest few on the racetrack right now. Randy Sample looking to catch Scarbo. Make a pass. Kel is all over the racetrack. He is sideways. That car is not driving worth anything.
A vroom. Look at me. I'm so fast while I'm downshifting.
Thank God.
Woo!
That's what.
That damn 23 car.
No.
You stupid sack of shit.
There we go.
We heard the caution come out, and drivers are staying out on the racetrack. Swartz and Kale stay out. We have 15 laps to go. I don't see that being anything good. I'm very shocked they stay out, but Lawton and Frady to pit road. The two front runners. Who's going to have the better stop? Who's going to win the race off pit road? Matt's right sides go up quick. Nathaniel, did he take 2 tires? Nathaniel, let me actually go back real quick. Did he? He did. He took 2 tires, full the track position. Smart from Nathaniel, but Frady, did he win the race off pit? What happened to Lawton? Joshua Lawton, not a good coming out of the pits. Matt wins the race off pit road on 4 tires. Lawton speeds. Joshua Lawton speeds on pit road or has a penalty, but he's dropping through the field. Josh, are you falling through the field? What happened?
I guess I was speeding there, so I was speeding on the.
Well, that is very... Anything can happen at Martinsville with 15 laps to go, especially, and the playoffs, but you got your work cut out for you.
Yeah, it's all good. We all know who the dominant car was. Results might not show up, but everybody's seen it.
Yeah, definitely not that 07 car. He sucks. Anyway, all right. Well, sorry there, Josh.
That's all good, brother.
So got confirmation there. So Swartz, your leader on old tires. Nathaniel Swartz on old tires because he doesn't have any left in the pits. More laps that tick off for Swartz, the better. Same thing with Nathaniel Anware. He took 2 tires. I don't know how that's going to work out for him. Matt Frady, the first on 2 tires. Randy Sample, for the first time tonight, is inside the top 5. He's going to be restarting second row outside. Arms here. Randy Arms, playoff driver who's looking for a big one. If Nathaniel has a big problem, same thing with Swartz. Randy could be the points leader tonight with 12 laps to go here at Martinsville. Kel on old tires could stack up the whole outside line. Eesh, this could be a big one here for a lot of points to be had. Pace car makes the hard left hand to pit road. Jonathan Swartz on old tires. Nathaniel on 2. Going to try to hold off Matt Frady, Randy Sample, and Randy Arms. 12 laps to go for Martinsville Mayhem. We are back green. Swartz with a great restart. Brings Matt Frady with him. Nathaniel stuck on the outside line on 2 tires. Is the 2 tires going to work? Can he claw anything? Will the outside be better with the 2 tires? We've seen it in the cup car. Matt to the inside. Joshua Lawton around in front of the field. Was that a 360? Joshua Lawton on the new tires went around with a big twitch, but with a sexy 360 there for Joshua Lawton, was able to not get hit. Just wasn't anticipating it. If we look from this camera angle right here, watch as he comes on the exit of the corner, has a weird dip on the left side as it comes around on him, just unanticipating it on the new and cold tires. Mikey Adams did the same little slide right in front of him as well, but everybody did a great job to avoid. So, Swartz, still your leader. Matt Frady second. Randy Arms in third. The call is for Matt. Where does he pick for the choose cone? If he goes behind Swartz, it was the same position he was in before. If he goes to the outside, he's on the new tires. He's probably going to bring a not as good restart as Swartz as we've seen from the second place guy. Just whoever is second does not get a good restart, no matter how they restart. Who's going to be the one to go up there? Will it be Nathaniel if Randy goes behind? Or will Randy decide to try it? I'm expecting Frady or Arms to be the next 2 to go to the outside line. I don't think they'll both be sitting on the bottom lane. I think if Matt goes bottom, Randy goes to the outside line. If Matt goes to the outside, Randy goes to the bottom. Then we'll see where Nathaniel picks on the 2 tires. But it just didn't look like Nathaniel had that speed there with just the right side tires. And look who's coming back. Lilith Peters has a chance. Going to be 8th before the choose. Can she gain enough spots to get back up to the front of the field, or at least put herself close enough to Nathaniel where she's not going to be too far back heading into Phoenix? Choose cone next time by. Where do these drivers make the call? See them trying to scrub, clean them off. The choose is into turn 1. Let's see where Swartz goes. Swartz to the inside. Matt fakes high, then goes low. Arms to the first one to the outside. Then Nathaniel, Kevin, Sample. Kale picks the inside. Does Lilith go to the top? She does. So Lilith is going to be in the first 3 rows. Puts her side by side with Nathaniel. Other than the stage points, where they finish, this could be big for Lilith. Back to the restart. 6 laps to go here at Martinsville. Swartz and Frady. Swartz, Frady, Arms, back green. Good restart for Randy around the outside line. On the new tires, Matt gets in the back of Swartz. Matt gonna have to be aggressive. Fakes to the bottom. Randy trying to go to the outside line. Matt gonna move him up the racetrack into the door. 3 wide for the lead at Martinsville once again. 4 laps to go. Matt on the bottom, Swartz in the middle for the points, for the championship. Matt to the lead with a nose over Randy. Contact. Kevin in the back of Swartz. Goes around. big playoff implications. Jonathan Swartz goes around in 3 and 4. The old tires just wasn't able to hold on after contact with Kevin. Go back and take a look at it here. 3 wide. Let's go back a whole lap and see how that came into play. Into the back of him, got him up the racetrack, into the door of Randy. Then they got side by side, 3 wide into 1. The old tires just didn't have the rolling speed through the middle of the corner. Randy gave perfectly enough room to make sure that he was able to stay side by side with Matt. Then made a little bit of contact with Nathaniel and into the corner. Kevin Ritchie in there, just light touch, overdrove the corner just a tiny bit to make sure he didn't run to the back of Nathaniel, possibly locked him up, and got right into the left rear. Swartz to spun him around. Well, the pink car that we're looking at now is the biggest gainer from that. Lilith Peters, another spot and another playoff driver to drop to the field. So big problems there for Swartz. We'll see next week if Swartz is too far out of it. Does he try to pay Kevin back? That was big. Kevin could have just changed the championship there. But now, it's all new tires at the front of the field. Matt Frady and Randy Arms, both on 4. Nathaniel on 2. Kevin Ritchie, he's on 4. Randy Sample, Lilith Peters, inside the top 6 once again. We're going to come back to the green-white checkered shoes. I really hope Lilith isn't a lap down right now. Yep, she's in 6. All right, so my math, or the leaderboard did work. So, where does Matt go? I'm expecting the bottom lane. Then it's going to be Randy and Nathaniel. Does Nathaniel try to go to the outside line? He doesn't. Nathaniel stays to the bottom line behind Randy Arms and Matt Frady. There could be 2 strategies to this. Does Nathaniel try to go bowling and push Randy into Matt into everybody else? Or is he content just trying to finish where he does, knowing he's pretty set on the points after the stage? Who knows? It's going to be Matt and Kevin goes to the outside line. Can Kevin hold it? Or does Matt pull away? Green-white checkered at Martinsville. Matt fires back green. Great restart for the bottom lane. Matt way up in front. Randy going to dive to the inside of Kevin. Nathaniel back to 4th. That's all it's about. For the points, Kel's going to try to get back to 5th. Does Lilith try to move Randy? They make contact. Lilith in the inside wall. Randy Arms around. White flags in the air. Out of the playoffs, but knew he was going to try to come and steal a few in the last few races. One of his best track. He learned a lot this week in officials. Matt Frady's going to come off of turn 4 and win the K05 Martinsville Mayhem. Randy Arms 2nd, holds off Kevin Ritchie. Cale McClinney gets around Nathaniel, as I just heard Cale yelling in his room. So Nathaniel loses a spot to Cale, which was a smart play. We knew how aggressive Cale was earlier. They made contact. Kind of gave it to Cale to make sure he didn't get wrecked, but Matt Frady wins. Randy Arms in 2nd, Kevin Ritchie 3rd, Cale McClinney 4th, and it switched too damn fast for some reason. But what a race. Three wide, the lead at most parts of it. So Matt is going to burn her down on the front straightaway. Let's get a word in with him here. Matt, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
You come away with the win at Martinsville. We know you said it in the race, in the interview earlier, but out of the playoffs, learned a lot this week from the official season and series that you ran. You ran 20 of them somehow, and for some reason, but 20 freaking official races at Martinsville. How much did that help you coming into the night?
Honestly, not very much, because my dumb self decided to run all open setups instead of some fixed setups as well. So that kind of hindered me a little bit trying to adjust to this setup, and this setup got really loose throughout the run. So kind of had to adjust with that and everything else. So once we did that, I mean, it was one of those things where I got behind Josh and was trying to run him down, and I think I just burnt my stuff up and was just praying for that last yellow that we got before when we all pitted, and then unfortunately he got that speeding penalty and just went from there.
Yeah, unfortunate consequences for Josh trying to beat you off pit road, and you won the race off pit road. I was wondering how, but talk to us. You still had to make some moves there. It was pretty aggressive there at the end. You took the lead on a 3-wide move underneath Swartz. You were able to get it done, and yeah, come away with it. So talk to us about those few last restarts and how stressed out you were.
Yeah, I knew I was faster than Schwartz, and I believe that I was faster than Randy. And it was just one of those things where I got that run coming out of 4, and I just decided that I was like, it's now or never. And so I just ducked under and ended up going even with them, and was like, all right, I'll just break a little early to leave them room so I didn't wash up through 1 and 2, and kept her going.
Yeah, you definitely showed a lot of speed tonight. Maybe not had the fastest car, but at the end was able to take it and win it. So heading into Phoenix, the final race of the season, you're not in the playoffs, but you get another win here at Martinsville. Go ahead and give your shout outs and who you'd like to thank.
My teammates, Kale, also Kale for helping me with all the paint schemes that he does. If anybody wants a paint scheme, shout out to Kale. Strive Race Wraps. Clay, he was in here. You for putting it all on. Randy for putting the league on. Jake, I know he's watching or is gonna watch. Him and his kids. And my son Liam. And everybody watching.
Well, you get the win at Martinsville, one of your favorite and best tracks, I'd say. Congratulations, Matt. We will see you next week at Martinsville or at Phoenix.
Thanks, sir.
Coming home in second is going to be Randy Arms. After a wild night, Randy, do you got a copy?
I got you.
Well, I wouldn't say it was the perfect night that you wanted and needed, but it was definitely a good one for your point situation. Coming home in second, you beat Nathaniel by a good few points. You didn't beat him in the stage, did you? Or did you beat him?
I did, yes.
Okay, so you might. Because he didn't lead a lap, did he?
Did
you? You led
no.
maybe. No, you led it. You led the before the caution, maybe. I think you did lead one. I don't know. This could be a lot closer than I.
It says I led a lap. I don't know when I led it.
When you were 3 wide on the outside with Matt and Swartz underneath you. That's when.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, I led one right there.
You did get a lap led. So points wise, you could be tied with Nathaniel heading into the final race at Phoenix.
Well, I got him right here actually.
Okay, actually, could you stream your screen and I'll just show it then if you want.
2 points behind him.
2 points behind. So at Phoenix, you need to beat Nathaniel by 2 spots. What is your thoughts and confidence heading into Phoenix then?
Phoenix used to be a good track for me. It's still okay.
You can't really see, but you kind of can.
What?
You can't really see, but.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I tried.
Hit Control and scroll wheel. You could.
Oh yeah, I forgot it.
There you go.
I don't have Nitro, so
there you go.
Yeah, Phoenix has always been an okay track for me. Since they moved the start finish line, I've gotten worse there. I don't know what that changed, but I was better when the start finish line was on the other end of the track. But I'm sure Nate's going to be really good, so it'll be tough. But yeah, we have another race like tonight where he kind of struggles, and I can just kind of stay up front for the most part. Then so we got a chance. But yeah, it's going to be a tall order, but we're going to give her everything we got.
Yeah, you got 2 wins on the season, but obviously you come up you've gotten second probably more than anybody this year, but Nathaniel has not shown a lot of speed on the short tracks this season. How much are you going to practice for Phoenix, needing to beat him by just a few spots or lead a lap, however it may go? Nathaniel's always quick, but hasn't shown the most on the short track. So how much are you going to practice?
I might actually try to practice some. I usually don't practice until the race session opens each week. So maybe if I get time, I'll, some me and my teammates might set up a session, just try to get some laps, try to get the feel of the track, and hopefully it'll help us out. But yeah, probably have to put in some work this week, try to beat him. He's always fast, so I'm sure he'll be fast as well.
Yeah, you're gonna really have to put Casey Brown and Mikey Adams at work on that Phoenix car, I guess. But come away with a P2. Go ahead and give your shout outs and who you'd like to thank.
Yeah, just want to thank everyone that came out tonight. No, Martinsville isn't, a lot of people don't, necessarily like the short track.
Hey.
It's tough. I like it. But I can see why some people might not show up.
Yeah.
It was a fairly good race. Had some yellows, but had some runs that made pitting important. So yeah, just want to thank everyone that showed up, and thank you for putting on the broadcast, and hope to see everyone back next week for the finale.
Yes, sir. Well, it's gonna be a fun one at Phoenix. Hopefully, everybody tunes in then. Congratulations, Randy P2.
Yep, thank you.
And I can't drag you because I'm in full screen of this hand. I can't do it. All right. Thank you, Randy.
Yep.
So Randy there comes home in P2. Going to P3 throw, Kevin Ritchie. Kevin, do you got a copy?
Maybe.
Well, we know that you've shown a lot of speed throughout the season on just different racetracks. Like, you've definitely shown that you have a lot of confidence now, and it is building throughout the year. You picked the outside line from 4th on the choose, got you to 2nd, and put you P3 finishing. What was your thoughts coming into the choose, and why do you think it worked out so well for you?
Well, I saw Randy go to the bottom, and I'm like, well, I'll just take the top here anyway, regardless what happens. And then Nate just decided to follow him for some reason. I thought that was weird, so it worked out okay, I guess, for us. Other than me absolutely destroying Schwartz.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask about that because I forgot about it, but I don't know how unhappy he might be. We may do a pre-race interview at Phoenix and see how he is. I wish we could do.
They're all races like hell, and I'm like, I got to get to the bottom before they all wreck, and then I went to the bottom and I overdrove it.
Well, you almost ran in the back of Nathaniel and wiped both of them out, so that would have been even worse. But so you've been showing a lot of speed, obviously gaining the spots and lots. How much have you learned this season, and how much more confident are you compared to last season?
Oh, we're definitely more confident this season. More fun tracks though. Been to some more tracks that I enjoy, so that helps. So we'll just have to see what the schedule's like next year.
Yeah, well, you know what also is fun? Racing and not going and watching people play with your feet like some people. So it's pretty cool to have you in here, and it clearly worked out for you, P3. So you did a great job, way better than anybody who likes watching feet people. But congratulations there, Kevin, and go ahead and give your shout outs on who you'd like to thank.
Thank you all for broadcasting, and Randy for putting the league on.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. It was definitely fun. One last thing, because you're roommates with him, was my co-host perhaps watching people play with their feet as well?
Yes, he was.
All right, he's fired. Anyway, congratulations there, Kevin, and we'll talk to you later. So next week, Phoenix, the finale. 2 points between our top 2 in points. The two who have been the most consistent all season long, Randy Arms and Nathaniel Anware, gonna go at it at Phoenix. A lot on the line. Make sure to tune in next Tuesday, and then as well, before I end the stream, tomorrow night, Wednesday, we're gonna start the truck season. So the trucks will be starting. It is gonna be a little mini schedule to kind of test before the Xfinity deal ends, and just kind of give us something to race on Wednesday nights. But truck season, so it'll be fun. They're also going to be at Martinsville. So there was one race last week, and then we go to Martinsville, kind of follow the official schedule. So we'll see how that works out. Going to try to get a few more drivers for it, just to try to do something different, a little bit more racing for a lot of different guys. And yeah, possibly it's a little bit easier to drive, so it could have a lot closer finishes. But make sure to tune in tomorrow night for the truck series. But like I said, Martinsville Mayhem complete. Headed to Phoenix next Tuesday night, same time. We hope to see you there.